Alright, let's get into it, bro. Story time, story time. Miami story time. First off, let me just say, yo, they are going down in Miami, bro. You pull up to Miami, they going, respectfully. Make sure my stream deck good. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so boom, this is what happened. Story time in Miami. This is what happened. So, me and my boy Ace, we had touchdown in LGA. Um, and our flight was at 7 o'clock, right? So we in the city, we in Manhattan, cause we chilling at my brother's apartment before the flight. So our flight's at 7. It's 2 a.m. My boy Asan wake me up 2 a.m. He's like, "Yo, you ready to go?" I'm like rubbing my eyes. I'm like, "Yeah, like, boom, let's do this. Like, I'm ready to go. It's Miami. I'm hype. I'm lit. I'm like, flight about to come at 7 o'clock. We gonna touch down probably 10 and 11 a.m. Gonna be nice weather, all that, right?" So I'm rubbing my eyes. I get up. 2:15 comes. We take the train because a Uber from the spot from Manhattan to LGA was like $70. He's like, we not spending that. We might as well just save that for a meal, down in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So we took the train as close as possible to the airport, and then it was like a 10-minute drive to the airport. So we Ubered the rest, and that was like a 20-minute or a $20 type of Uber, but still kind of crazy. So then get to the airport. I'm tired. I'm hangry. Ace is like, "Oh, we gotta like check in, but it's not working." I'm like, "Bro, figure it out," because it's my first time on a plane, first time going through like TSA and all that stuff. So we get to the bag check in. Yo, tell me why my bag, it was supposed to weigh like under 40 or under 50. Tell me why my bag weighed like what? I think it was like 69, yo. I think it was like 69 pounds that my bag weighed. So I had to pay $100 because it weighed too much. It weighed too much. I had to pay the additional 100 right off the bat at check-in. So I was like, damn, bro. But it's all good, go through check-in. Bro, I know it's crazy, bro. So I had to pay the 100. Look who it is, yo. What's good? What's good? Welcome back. I'm doing a little story time. I was on vacation, yo. We got some good content though. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I haven't streamed for a week, YouTube is gonna have a fire ass Miami vlog. I ain't gonna lie. Like, y'all gonna be excited. But yeah, so boom. Went through TSA, paid the 100. We started chilling, walking down. At this rate, going through all of TSA and the bag checking and security stuff like that, I think it was at this rate like 4:30, like 4:30, 4:40. So bag like boarding don't start till like 6:20 because we depart at 7, but it don't start till 6:20. So we're chilling for like another almost like 2 hours just sitting there. We were just there early and stuff like that, but we just chilling, sitting there. And mind you, we haven't eaten anything yet either. So we woke up at 2, got to the airport at 3, and then after going through all that waiting in line and shit, it was like 4:30. So yeah, it was like about like another 2 hours, like sitting and just chilling, either listening to music or just like dozing on and off. And yeah, so then next thing you know, 6:20 comes. So we waiting for a group. Ours is group 5. So I'm checking my phone. She's like, "Group 5, you may board." So I'm like, boom. Me and Asan, we get up. We about to go board the plane. We get on the plane. We sit down. 7 o'clock comes. The pilot is like, "We're gonna be taking off, pretty soon. We're just trying to get some like luggage in one of the like compartments or something like that." He's like, one of the panels. He's like, one of the panels won't like close because of the luggage and this, that, and the third, things of that nature. He's like, "Just give us a couple moments." So that was at 7:30, or that was at 7. That was at 7 o'clock. 7:30 hit. He's like, "Just a quick brief update." He's like, "We're gonna be leaving soon. It's really cold out there, working with the aluminum, and the work is hands. It gets really cold. So just give us." He's like, "Be really patient with us." So it's 7:30, right? So I'm like, "Yo, what are we doing?" Like, I'm ready to take off. I'm ready to like touch down and MIA. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready. So I start getting sleepy because again we woke up at 2. I start getting sleepy. I start you know, dozing off. I dozed off for probably like a good hour. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had my head in the window, dozed off. Woke up 8:30. It's an hour later. Why am I still stationary? I thought the plane would have took off by now, or like I would have woke up while the plane was taking off. Cause mind you, this is my first time on a plane. So, and this is my whole first plane ride experience. Crazy. So I'm like, yo, why are we still stationary? And he's like, I'm not gonna. He didn't say I'm not gonna lie, but he's like, I have some very unfortunate news. It won't. The panel won't close. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to deboard you guys and find a different plane or different route. And everybody's like, "Oh, are you serious? You serious? Like, come on, come on." So we deboard. We all get off the plane. I'm pissed. I mean, like everybody else is pissed, but I'm pissed because this is my first time. And again, I haven't eaten anything, so like I'm ready to touch down. Like I've been up for 5 hours or 6 hours at this rate. Well, damn, now I gotta say it. I've been up for 7 hours. I've been up for 7 hours at this rate because at that time it's like 9 o'clock, and we were up at 2. So that's a 7 hour difference. Didn't eat and barely got enough sleep the night before. So we deboard the plane. You know what I'm saying? We sit back down. Hold up, is my shit still rolling? Yeah, it is. We sit back down, back in like the waiting room or whatever. Uh, and our flight got delayed. It got delayed from originally 7 o'clock, got delayed till 12. So we're like, yo, we know it's only 3 hours. Like we don't gotta wait 3 hours. Then that shit got pushed from 12 to 4. That's when niggas started rioting. Because some people had to go to Miami to catch a cruise ship. And then after the cruise, or after they got like touchdown in Miami, they were going to go on a cruise. Boom. So they had to call the cruise people. They're like, yo, my flight just got delayed. And the people on the cruise are like, we'll wait till 3:45 the latest. But they're like, oh, my plane comes at 4. It's like, okay, you missed it. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing we could do. Maybe you could get a refund, but you about to miss the trip. So, people are like bugging out. Ason like bugging out. He like calling his mom up. His mom's like, you need to figure out like a meal voucher or some shit. Try to figure out a different flight. So yeah, it got pretty hectic, right? And then yeah, they gave us a meal voucher. Yo, the meal voucher wasn't even a meal voucher. Like it's a meal voucher, but it only covers $12. And if you've been in the airport, you know that airport food is expensive. So that meal voucher really was just a sandwich voucher. It covered one sandwich for me. And I still owe 50 cents. Like even using the voucher, I still owe 50 cents. She was like, "You owe 50 cents." I was about to give her 50 cents, but then she was like, "You know what? It's just 50 cents. Keep it." I'm like, "Yeah, why you really want me to pay the difference of 50 cents, bro?" Like after sitting here for so long, but so yeah, bro, that happened. And then what else? So like time going by, eventually we ended up switching the flight cuz it went from 4 p.m. and then it went to 6. So we were gonna depart at 5:20, leave at 6. I'm like, we can't do this. We gotta figure out something, like some type of different flight. And we ended up catching a flight, a different plane and a different flight. I think it was like 3:30 or something like that. We boarded at like 3:30, left at like 4:10 or something like that. Got there around 7. I was excited, bro. When that plane took off and then landed, I was excited. I seen that the weather was nice. It was warm. Took off the puffer, you know what I'm saying? Put on my t-shirt, blasted the music, you know what I'm saying? We was chilling. So let me give some quick highlights, quick highlights. All right. So after we landed, we went straight out. But I'm a fast forward a little bit. I want to jump ahead to some secrets. All right, right? To some secret shit. All right. So boom. This was what day was this? What day did we go to LIV? It might have been. I think it was Friday. I think it was Friday. Uh, yeah. Let's just do Friday. Let's just do Friday. Friday was a crazy day, right? I'm pretty sure we went to the Museum of Ice Cream. That was tough. Definitely recommend like 10 out of 10 experience. I ain't gonna lie. All the free samples that they give you and stuff like that, you can't go wrong with that. You could order more stuff, but like I wasn't really trying to do that. So the Museum of Ice Cream is tough. It was really colorful. I had a nice colorful outfit. Was not trying to plan that at all. But they was like, yo, like your hat matches like the scenery and your hat matches the vibe. Like you vibrant, you popping and stuff like that. So I say, what I'm saying, I say a little thank you. I say a little thank you. You know what I mean? I had to be humble. I told a lot of people in Miami, cause they was applying pressure. I told a lot of people that I'm very humble. I told them I was humble. But they're like, do you get like compliments a lot? I'm like, maybe sometimes, but not as much as you would think. So I told them I'm very very humble. So anyways, After amusement ice cream, we hit up the boat ride. I'm telling you, when the vlog comes out, the boat ride is crazy. Y'all gonna see some. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gonna be seeing some crazy, bro. Some crazy on the boat ride was just that crazy. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, um, there's a couple of there's a couple like you know beautiful girls on the boat ride, all from the UK. Not all of them, but like the group that had approached. They're all from the UK. So mind you, there's this one girl. Ason called her string bean because her dress is like green. There's lime green and string bean because the both the greens was like two different. I called the lime green dress Tinkerbell because I ain't gonna lie, she got a little pizzazz, and it's lime green. But I'm jumping ahead too far. I'm jumping ahead too far. So here's what happened. String bean, right? String bean. She's like tall. Um, again, accent, UK accent. Blonde. She got like, ooh, what kind of eyes did she have? They weren't blue, but they were like, there's like a light greenish, if that even makes sense. And she was tall. I mean, I don't know if it's because she was wearing heels, but she was almost as damn near as tall as me. And I was tall. Even with my shoes, I'm pretty tall, but she was like tall, like almost as tall as me. Come to find out, she's a dancer. I didn't know this, but yeah, she's a dancer. And by dancer, I mean, right? So I'm on the boat, chilling with my boy. I'm chilling with my boy, Mr. Young, and she like spun the block, if that makes sense. Like me and him are chilling on a corner. She turned on the corner and put her drinks next to me. She's like, "Oh, I just want to rest my drinks here." Now I wasn't trying to be like not too like nonchalant, act like I didn't care, cause to be honest, I really didn't care at the time. I was just like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." And I think that was like her way of trying to like break the ice or whatever. Cause she put her drinks there, she left, but then she came back and said, "Oh, like something like, oh, I'm picking these up now, or thanks for watching them." But I just ignored her, right? I just ignored her. As the night goes on, she started getting crazy. She the only one dancing at first. At first, she had like break the ice. Like everybody else was just like kind of like circled up or sitting on the benches. She started dancing. She started throwing it. She started bending up and down the pole. She started flashing niggas like yes, like flashing. Like at first I didn't see. My homeboy saw. Like I wasn't even paying attention. I think I was just like vibing, taking in the experience. This girl just full on two hand cupped her shirt, and I'm like, yo, like what? So and she did like three times. The first time I think I missed. The second and third time I had caught. She did like back to back too. She didn't even care. She just went boom, put it down, did her little dance, turned the other side, boom, put it down. Third time she did it, boom, she ran straight to my man's face and made him try. She tried to make him like mortarboard stuff like that, but like he wasn't really jacking it. He was just drinking. I think he was nervous because the amount of sips that he took during that whole time, he was definitely nervous because he kept just going like sipping, sipping, sipping. No, he wasn't trying to. He wasn't trying to do too much. Like he wasn't trying to make it too hot. You know what I mean? She was making it hot, but he wasn't trying to make it too hot. So he doing all that. Or she's doing all that. He's like trying to play it cool. And then like couple minutes later, I go take a seat. Yo, she was on Gomo. I'm telling you, she was on Gomo. Let's just say, she start grabbing area that she don't need to be grabbing. Right? I'm sitting, chilling, doing my thing. She out here, and I'm like, yo. And my boys look at me like, yo, like, what is she doing? Like, out in public too? Like, why is she doing that? Me, I'm minding mine. You know what I mean? I'm just minding mine. I'm just like, yo, yo, yo. And then now I'm trying to like laugh, like, laugh it off awkwardly. Um, and she like sat down next to me and then she's like, oh, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really like you, but, I had to shoot my shot at your friend. I guess she said like she was trying to get me jealous. If anything, if you seen the vlog, I wasn't jealous. I was hyping my boy up. I was like, yeah, get that, like, get on it, get on it. So she was like, oh, she's like, I really had my eyes on you. She's like, I knew I was gonna meet somebody very. She's like, I knew I was gonna meet somebody very handsome on this boat. She's like, um, it's like, it was meant to be. She was like, I had it all planned out. She was like, I was going to meet somebody like handsome, and she's like, you're the one. Like, she's like, you're the most. Dad said you the most handsome on the boat, and I'm the most beautiful girl on the boat. She's like, I knew we were gonna meet, and then she's like, oh, what's your name and stuff. So she's shooting. She was shooting. She said, ha ha, ha. You know what I'm saying? She had a couple like pound dribbles. She did a little between behind the back, like caught it back, step back type shit. She was shooting her shot. So I was like, yeah, my name Joe from New York. Stuff like. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, I know that your friend told me, like, from New York. She's like, I'm from the UK. Um, and then she just, after that's all she wrote, bro. She started grinding on nigga leg and shit like that, grinding on me. I'm just sitting there like, damn, like, I'm like, hey, look, we do whatever. We do whatever. You do whatever. But then I kind of felt like a dad. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because to be fair, I really didn't want her. One, she was like, okay, but she was doing a little bit too much, if that makes sense. For me, and I know we in Miami, but like for me, I don't want somebody that's doing too much for the whole crowd to see. Like I'm very big on like privacy. Don't get me wrong. I'll definitely like show you off and stuff like that in public. But there's certain things in public that you don't do in public. All right. There's certain things that's meant for privacy. She was exposing herself for the whole world to see, and she did not give a fuck. I don't know how drunk she was. The drinks wasn't even strong. The drinks on the boat was watered down. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, she doing her thing, yada yada yada. Um, but I felt bad because I ain't gonna lie. I slid on the friend. I slid on the friend. I went on like a side quest on the boat. The boys was downstairs. Uh, her friend was upstairs. And mind you, there's like a group of 8 of them. They're all so the group of 8, right? They all from the UK and they all model. So this is how I low key knew, like, I could slide in there. You know what I'm saying? So I like went upstairs. They was like dancing and stuff. I was by myself. I felt awkward, but I wasn't awkward, if that makes sense. Because I was upstairs just doing my own thing, right? Everybody's dancing. So, like, even though I'm dancing by myself, in my head, I'm like, dang, I usually never dance by myself. But then I'm like, I can't, like, keep thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the minute I changed my mindset of, like, this isn't awkward, like, you right where you're supposed to be, I started getting loose, hit the classic. If you don't know nothing about this, you missing out. This is the classic, bro. This is just the boom, boom, right? So you just do that on beat. I'm doing that on beat. I see Tinkerbell. Her name actually Kitty, but that even sounds crazy too. But but I seen Kitty, right? I seen Tinkerbell. She looking at me. I'm looking at her. Then she set her phone up with her friends and they start dancing. So I tapped the friend on the shoulder. I said, "Can I get in there?" She's like, "Get in there, get in there." She's being a W wingman. She's like, "Get in there, get in there." So Tinkerbell and some other girl dancing. I'm in the background dancing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like boom, boom, yada yada. Dancing. They're like, "Oh my god, oh my god." So they hyping me up. Boom. Then I turned around, you know what I mean? I did a quick 360 slurp, pause. Yo, I can't believe I said that. All right, now hold up. I did the 360, right? I took my cup like this, turn around, this spin, right? Complete the circle while drinking, cause I had to refresh, I had to regroup. Then there was what was they doing? They was playing some song. I just gotta follow. Who I get the follow from? Hold on, hold on. Drizzy WTR, yo, you in Miami. Okay, 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 okay. With the follow, with the follow. Appreciate you. Appreciate you with the follow. Nah, home. I'm not in Miami. I'm doing a recap. I'm doing a recap of I was just in Miami last week. So I'm doing like a little recap, bro. Where you from? Where you from? Drizzy WTR. Where you from? Um so so yeah. I did like a little spin. Was drinking my drink. I pushed up on her. So then, like I said earlier, the basic move, the 2 step, right? Boom, boom, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me know if you're in Miami. Do you have Discord? Yeah, I got Discord. It's in what's it called? It's on my page. If you click the link, it's on my page. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. So now, like I said, I'm doing the basic 1, 2, 1, 2. Then she started approaching. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's invalid. All right, I got you. I got you. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'm gonna fix it in a minute. So again, like I said, I'm doing the 1-2, right? She doing the 1-2, right? She started approaching. I started approaching. You know what I mean? It just happened like that. So like one, I didn't think I was gonna get it because it was a 1v6. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, there was 8 of them. Two of the models were downstairs. 6 of the models were upstairs on the boat. One of them being Tinkerbell. So it was a 1v6. It was me trying to approach Tinkerbell or Kitty, and the rest of them, the other 5, you know what I'm saying, they just like sitting there. But at first, once they seen that Kitty liked me, they was like, all right, they stopped playing defense. They was like, go for it, like go for it. So I'm going for it. Me and Kitty dancing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I took her hand spin around. She doing the da 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 da. She throwing the yams in the yams. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I just got to know her. So like I sat down. I was like, yo, where you from? She's like, UK. My name is, I think Catalina is her real name. It's like Catalina, but Kitty for short. She's like, you just go by Kitty. I was like, that sounds dangerous. She's like, yeah, I am pretty dangerous. Asked her what she do. She's like, I'm a model. She said she used to do like hip hop and ballet dancing, like back when she was a kid, stuff like that. Then she asked me if I model. I said no. She was like, I think you should start modeling. So that's how I know I need to start modeling, but I just don't know how to get my foot in the door. But like that's like the like before I used to hear it like in New York City and like back at home in New York, but traveling to Miami and still hearing that I need to be a model, like something gotta fall into place. You know what I mean? Something gotta fall into place. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying it up, got her IG. I felt like the man. Now, after the boat ride, right? We go to live, right? LIV. This is where shit goes down. I mean, it goes south. Like it's not good. Well, it's a little bit good, but it goes south. It goes south, bro. It goes south. All right, so in Miami compared to New York bars tend to close around like 1 to 2. In Miami, 1 to 2 is still like prime time. Like that's like the peak when people are just now leaving their house, going out. So being from New York, been to Brickell, bro, or Brickell, bro. We were supposed to go to Brickell, but we didn't. We went. So our Airbnb was in Wynwood. We went to South Beach, obviously, Ocean Drive. Where else did we go? Fuck. We didn't go to Brickell, but we stayed in Wynwood and like South Beach, and there's somewhere else that we went to. I'm missing it. I'm missing it. Oh, Bayside. We went to Bayside because we saw the Miami Heat game. Um, but yeah, we didn't. That's the one place we didn't go, and we wanted to was Brickell, because I think Rosa Rooftop or Skytop is in Brickell, and I was like, yo, fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should have went, but it was just like one like financial, like not everybody had it. Um, I'm not even trying to boast like, oh, I had it and everybody else didn't have it, but like it's a respect thing. Like if somebody don't got it, we all don't do it. But we definitely gonna be back for sure. But nah, I didn't go to Brickell. So yeah, went to LIV. Me and the boys pull up around like 12 o'clock. It's like not empty, but it's like for a big club it was empty. Like we were just like walking around the whole scenery. There's some people in the middle dancing. Couple hours later, it's like 1, 2 o'clock. Like I said, that's when people start getting there. Like that's when it starts getting jumping. So like 2 o'clock comes, it's like full. We met up with one of the homeboys. It was his birthday. He spent $100 on us. He bought like 4 shots. Each shot was like $25. Like his whole check was like 104 or something. So shout out Quan. He from Philly. Super dope dude. And even Quan too. Quan was shooting. Quan was pulling. He got himself in the at the tables. I don't know how. Like when we left at the end of the night, when we left, he got himself in VIP. Now I don't know if he bought it or if the girls like told him like come up, but whatever. So yeah, like Liv was cool, but it's like, bro, we on the bottom, we like dancing, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, damn, bro, I'm getting cramped. I can't move, yada yada yada. Like, shit, I'm like, this don't feel good. And I'm not gonna lie, no offense, all the chop shits is in the middle. If you looking for like a fine, like if you looking for fine share, you looking for somebody beautiful, whatever, they're all gonna be at the tables, right? They all gonna be sitting at the tables. They all gonna be chilling. So I'm like, I'm not paying $1,000 for a bottle and table and stuff like that to get a girl. I'm like, I know my worth. I don't need to spend this much money to pool. So I'm like, yo, let's go do a lap. So we doing a lap. We go upstairs. We're doing a lap upstairs. This is where shit gets sticky. This is where shit gets sticky, bro. I'm about to tell y'all. So What happened? I walk. There's like a group, probably like 10 or 11 girls, not even girls, women, like grown ass adults, older than me. Um, Grown ass adults, probably like in their 30s or 40s. Um, I'm like walking by, and I think it's because of the fit I had on. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't dress like most people. Most people when they go out, they got like the t-shirt, chains, and or like some whatever. If you go to Miami, I could hook you up with collabs. Word, word, heard you, heard you. I feel like the next time I'll be there is probably like maybe like June or July. We gonna head up to over some. Nah, I'm going to Cali in June, so maybe July or August. I might spin the block to Miami again. But I'll definitely let you know once I get the Discord and I send it to you. I'll let you know for sure. Um, what's it called? But yeah, so I think it's because the outfit I had on. I had like this nice like I think was it crochet shirt is what they called it. Is what the girls called it. They said crochet shirt or something like that. Um, I had some like nice like disco linen pants with the flares on the bottom, and like some blue and like baby blue and white dress shoes. So I was looking fly. I was a fly dude. I ain't gonna lie. I was a fly dude. Even I know I be saying I'm humble, but like I knew I put that shit on. So I go upstairs, walking past like all the sections upstairs with the tables and the balcony and stuff like that. And she's like, "Come back, come back." So my friend's like, my friend, he like, yo, he's like, they calling for you, they calling for you, come back here. I'm like, who calling for me? So I pull up, they start screaming, and I'm like, yo, they acting like I'm a rapper or something. Not like that's how it felt. Like I knew that I wasn't a rapper, they knew I wasn't a rapper, but like, I came back and they started screaming like, ah. Of course, like no racial, they white girls, and no wrong with white girls. I love the white girls. I love the white, black, Latina, all that, Guyanese, all that. I love all the flavors. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a group of beautiful, beautiful white girls. I pull up, they like screaming like, ah, shit like that, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, what's up, what's up? And they was like, oh my gosh, we thought you were like so handsome. They're like, you were the most handsome guy down there. They're like, we were like scoping out. We seen every like, yo, when I tell you my confidence like went through the roof, I really felt like I was Duke Dennis. Like that shit like went through the roof. They was like, you're the most handsomest guy down there. Your outfit was so nice. They're like, you're sexy. They're like, we call you Mr. Sexy Crochet or something like that. I'm like, damn. So like, I'm like, me and everybody shaking their hands. They invite me and my friends to the section, so we like dancing and stuff like that. We danced to like I think I danced like 2 or 3 songs. Then I started like yapping more because I'm like, all right, if they invite me to the section, it's time to start like shooting. Like something got to go in. It's 3 versus 11. Something got to hit. You know what I mean? So the ratio is just too good. So the girl that first initially was talking in the beginning, I went back to her. She from North Carolina. I'm not gonna like expose names, but she was like, oh, she's like, what do you do? Like, where you from? I'm like, I'm from New York. She's like, I'm from North Carolina. Uh, I tell her that like I teach and stuff like that, nutrition. And then she had like rings, cause I had rings on my hand, like not like but like rings, fashion rings. She had like a ring on her index finger. So I took her hand. I'm like, I like that ring. I didn't see this one. I seen this one at first. I'm like, yo, I like your ring. She's like, thank you. She's like, I also have this one too. Big ass rock on her ring finger. When I tell you, I was like, what the? I was like, what, bro? Like, why you compliment me, calling me Mr. Say all this? So I seen that shit and I had to play it off. I was like, oh, so like, I low key like turned around. I was like, oh, I was like, that's crazy. She's like, yeah. She's like, it's okay though. She's like, like, she's like, he knows I'm here. She's like, and that's why I love my husband. Bro, wait, because this is crazy. This shit sound crazy. This shit actually sounds crazy. All right, so after I said I like your ring finger, or after I said I like your ring, and she turned it, showed me her ring finger. She's like, I also got this ring too, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? And then she's like, oh, don't worry, my husband knows I'm here, and she's like, that's why I love my husband because my husband knows I go out and he knows like I'm a like she dad said like she knows I'm a party girl, like I like a party and shit like that. I was like, bro, if your husband if your husband was here and he heard you say that I was the most sexiest man in the club right now, out of all people downstairs, I don't think like that shit would slide. So she was like, you saying it too, but she said all her friends said that. She's like, yeah, all my friends are either um married engaged or have boyfriends. They're like, she's like, we're all taken up here. But she's like, we agreed that our husbands are cute, but we agreed that you were the like most sexy man. I was like, bro, there ain't no fucking way, bro. Like, it's not safe. At least in Miami. Like, I get it, it's Miami, it's like whatever, but like, it is not. And I got a video of that shit too. Like, I didn't get a video of them saying it, but I had to like get a video and like record. Like, yo, this can't be real, bro. Like, this is out of the ordinary. Like, they going. If your girl go to Miami, she's going. I'm sorry. I don't care how. Like, she's going a little bit. She going to have the time of her life, and probably not think about you as much as you want her to think about you. She's gonna be thinking about the scenery, and she's gonna be taking that shit all in. Most respect, bro. Cause like, bro, married for years, and then talking about all like. And it's the crazy part too. She's like, why are you in my? Because I was like, oh, I'm about to leave. Then I'm like, I'm about to leave. Like, I don't want to like, intrude and stuff like that. Like, I respect relationships. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, everybody, like, when I told people back at home, like, what happened, they're like, why you ain't take that down? You could have been the man. You could have took that down. Like, I'm like, bro, like, respectfully, maybe me a couple years would have did that, but like, I just got too much respect for one myself and their relationship. I don't know them. Like, everybody's like, you would have did the husband a service. Like, you would have did him a favor because like his girl is wilding out saying all that. That's true, but I'm not gonna be the one to do the favor. Somebody else could do that favor. Me, I was like, I don't want no part of that. So like, yeah, I was about to leave. I'm like, yo, I'm about to like leave. I'm gonna go downstairs or something. And she's like, what did she say? She said some shit. She was like trying to say like, give me the stay or some shit. But I was just like, yeah. I was like, nah, I'm done. Like after that, I was like, I got too much respect for myself. I don't want to do this. Like, I'm going downstairs. And then she's like, well, why did you come to Miami? She's like, you came to Miami to have fun, right? I was like, yeah, me and my boys is here to have fun. She's like, well, we came to Miami to fuck. I'm like, bro. I was like, so call your husband or bring your husband after the bachelor party, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, like Miami ain't safe, bro. Miami, like, if you, I didn't believe it at first. Some people were like, yeah, just go to Miami and do me, maybe, but at the end of the day. Like, bro, at the end of the day, it's not safe, bro. Miami is not safe, bro. If you're in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, your girl is going, bro. I'm sorry. There's only one, and even if she not going, she's still going a little bit. She may not be fully going, but she going somewhere. She might have a chat with somebody on the side and still entertain stuff because she want to feel, you know what I mean? She want to feel good about herself and confident, shit like that. I guarantee you go up to a girl in Miami, there's no girl in Miami that's gonna be like, if she got a boyfriend, she's not gonna like curve you right away. She's not gonna be like, oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend, I can't talk. She gonna enjoy the conversation, and then she gonna tell you later, like that girl just did that was married. She gonna have a conversation with you, compliment you, and then show you a big ass rock on her ring finger, talking about some, yeah, like I'm married and all my friends are married. So like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Miami, they going. But look, if you want to be on demon time, I do recommend it though. I do recommend it. But also, you gotta also get a table though too. If you go to LIV, get a table. If you go to 11, even if you go to 11, you might as well get a table. But 11 is like a strip. I didn't even know 11 was a strip. We went to 11 for the Bad Bunny, perform like the Super Bowl. Like they were having a Super Bowl performance. Scratch that. At Club 11, even though it was, excuse me, even though it was a strip club, they were still showing like the games, like the Super Bowl game, and then like once the Super Bowl performance happened with Bad Bunny, they like cleared the tables and everybody was like dancing in the middle and shit like that. Put the tables back after halftime. But yeah, bro, even 11, it was just crazy. Like mad poles, strippers, everybody throwing money and shit. I was like, yo, bro, I'm like, I'm looking for like the huzz for me, not the huzz to like watch and shit. But speaking of 11, we about to get into another story time. We about to get into another story time. All right, so I met this fine shit, met fine shit at 11, and she was French, so this one for her, this one for her, this one for her. I don't even know what you're saying, cause it, hey, hey, yeah, but, that's for Shawty, the French shit. So I met this girl. She speaks a little bit of English, but mainly French. And I ain't gonna lie, She was fine. She was beautiful, gorgeous, body T, all that shit. I told her that too. Listen, you gotta in order to this is how you pull. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta be funny when you pull. Like when you pull, if you funny and you speak how they speak, I niggas never really say body T, right? Cause that sound like mad fruit and stuff. But like that's why I said there. And she started cracking up and she instantly folded. I went to her. I was like, "What's your name?" She's like, "Kate." I was like, "Kate." I was like, "I like your smile. Face card good, body T." I was like, "You look amazing." And she just started dying. But it's funny. So she instantly, what I mean? She was like, "Thank you." She's like, "You look good too." I was like, "Boy," I was like, "Can I get your Instagram?" I was like, "What do you speak?" I was like, "You speak English or Spanish?" She's like, "French." I speak French and a little bit of English. And then I was like, "All right, bet." I was like, "Instagram?" She was like, "Yeah." So I gave her my phone, typed it in, boom. After 11, she went to a different club. Me and the boys went straight home. And then I started texting her. So she was using ChatGPT in the DM. She was like ChatGPT, translate, type it in English. We texting and stuff. I'm like, "What do you do? What's your job?" She's like, "This my job. What's your job?" Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, "How long you in for Miami?" She's like, "I'll leave Thursday." I think this was Sunday, yeah, cause Super Bowl is Sunday, right? So I was like, boom. I was like, "You want to like go get dinner or something?" I was like, "You want to go get dinner?" She's like, "Yeah, let's go on a dinner date." So I sent the Steph Curry, I sent the meme. You know what I'm saying? I said, "Ho ho ho, Green Giant." No, I mean I sent the Steph Curry meme. She sent like I think she sent like a Drewski meme back. So I was like, okay, she's also funny. Like she get the meme from meme exchange. So I'm bringing Kate. I was getting nervous at first. I got a little nervous because I was like, shit, it's been a minute since I've been on a date. It's been a minute since I've been back in the game. You know what I mean? Like I've been really chilling, like on the low, like just trying to like grind and shit. But like coming to this trip, I was like, okay, I should low key get back out there just a little bit, like slowly. So first time on a date in a minute. Um, I took the rental. Rental was in my name, so I take the rental to wherever she was. I think she's like by Ocean Drive, so like South Beach. Drove to South Beach, picked her up, said you look good. She said thank you. You know what I'm saying? She teaching me a couple French words because I told her the only word I know is oui. You know what I'm saying? So she teaching me a couple French phrases and a couple French slang. Um, I'm not gonna lie, the date was kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's ranks out here. This nigga's prestige. Don't get it wrong. I am prestige, but it's definitely ranks out there. Cause like again, if you don't know how to speak the language, the date gonna be silent. But I spoke slowly enough so she could understand, and then we was like getting a couple back and forth feedback. But like on the way to the date, it was a little bit quiet because like she couldn't understand. She just kept laughing and smiling. So I was like, dang, she don't know what I'm saying. But the more I like broke down the words and like either spoke slowly or less, she understood more and she could give back more feedback. So we go to I think it's like Area 31 hotel, nice beautiful spot. I ain't gonna lie, like nice like bright city lights. Um, there's like yachts like coming in between the bridge. Like the bridge like closes, right, so there's cars on the runway. Then they like stop the cars. The bridge opens up. There's like yachts going in between, and they close back the bridge, and the cars go back again. So nice little scenery. They had like a couple fire pits because we was outside on the rooftop. So like a couple fire pits because it was cold. And I bought her a drink. She got like some type of like she got like rum and pineapple. I ain't gonna lie, she low key put me onto like rum. Like I had rum before, but she had like some rum mint pineapple drink. That shit was like mad good. Like I could barely taste the alk in that shit. So I was like, this is a good drink. So got her that. Then she wanted to cop me with the airline chicken. So we both got the airline chicken. Not gonna lie, portion sizes was dumb small. But look, when you in Miami, you gotta have bread. You gotta have bread, bro. You gotta have bread. But the portions, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The portion size is probably the size of his phone, bro. Like the portion size is dumb small. And for her drink and both my meals combined, with gratuity included, was 170, bro. Crazy. Shit was bread. So like now I don't have a problem paying for like meals and shit, and I also don't have a problem spending that much money as long as it's worth it. Do I think it was worth it? Low key, no. At that rate, we probably should have went to Brickell and paid as much like that much money for like the other rooftop. But like again, it's Miami, whatever. So yeah, paid 170 for some small ass portions. I finished in like 5 minutes. Like I finished that chicken and mashed potatoes in like 5 minutes. It was crazy. Like I like devoured that shit. And then we talking. I took a couple flicks of her on this with the with the view, with the skyline, stuff like that. She took a couple photos of me with the skyline and the skyscrapers and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, you ready to go? And we did. So I was like, did you have fun tonight? She was like, yeah. And no, she's like, did you? I was like, yeah. I was like, we was like chatting up a little bit, and then I was like, you want me to bring you like back to your spot? And she speak French, so she's like, you come to my B&B or we go to your Airbnb. And I was like, you want to come to my Airbnb? She's like, I said, we. And then she started giggling. I'm like, let me chill, though. Let me chill. So, we driving back, drove her back to my Airbnb. I got this. Drove her back to the Airbnb. We chilling in the living room, put on some uh, like a thriller like TV show or something like that. Cause she says she likes thriller. She's like, I'm really into like thriller TV shows and movies. So I bet. So we put on something that that shit. We wasn't even watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even watching that. We put it on and that shit was like 5 minutes. I said, how do I ask for a kiss in French? She said, repeat after me. You know what I'm saying? I repeated the phrase in French. I said, can I get kissed? She said, oui. Boom. Long story short, boom, boom, went to the bedroom, came back out. You know what I'm saying? It didn't happen that quick, but that's what skip that part, keep that shit on the low, keep that shit on the low. Head back out. My two bros were like in the room, and they getting drunk, bro. They taking like mind you, this is like 2 o'clock, so this is like mad late in the night. This is 2 o'clock. They like taking shots, blah blah blah. And the girl, the girl I took on a date. She's like, my friend wants to know if you want to go out. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go to bed. Like, we just had an amazing date. We just had amazing, and I'm feeling like sleepy. Like, it's been a long day for me. Like, and mind you, for the date, I prepped. Like, after the club on Sunday, and Monday she told me she wanted to go on a date. The day of the date was Tuesday. That Tuesday morning, I was up and going, bro. I was mopping the Airbnb. I bought candles. I was filling the gas tank. I was doing everything, buying snacks, all that. So I had a really fatiguing day, and I didn't eat a lot that day either. So I had a really fatiguing day on Tuesday. So it's like 2 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, the job is done. No, job was not done. She was like, you're in Miami. Wake up. She like slapped me, and she's like, wake up. I'm like, damn. So, she's like, she's like, my friend wants to go out. So that's what we did. We got out. So like I had to get up, had to like wash up again, put my clothes back on. She putting like back on her clothes, and I'm going to my boys. I'm like, yo, they wanna like her friend wants to go out. Do you guys wanna go out? They like, yeah. This is where you call me CP3, nigga. I'm like that. So the friend wanted to come out. I assisted my boy with the friend. Long story short, 2 man, and then we had a 2 man slumber party. Different rooms though, but yeah, we had a 2 man slumber party. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I had to throw this live, I had to throw this sis. So that was date night with the French girl. I ain't gonna lie, she vowed out. We don't talk right now anymore because like she said, she's like it's Miami, like whatever happens in Miami, stay in Miami. But she lives in Montreal, so she's like if you ever want to come to Montreal, hit me up. I'm gonna have to take a couple French classes. I told her she could be my instructor. She said okay. So boom. Yeah, bro. So that's the shit that went down with the one French girl. But like I said, yo, Miami's crazy, bro. I'll definitely be back. But like I said, June we going to Cali. June we going to Cali. We gonna see Don Toliver. We gonna stay a week out there. I'm excited to see what happens, bro. I want to see if I still got the Riz, bro. I know Miami's Miami, but having Riz in a different state, like where you're not from and not Miami, cause like Miami's a party life. I feel like Cali isn't really too much of the party life. Cali's like Cali, so like if you still got motion in different states, might as well be him, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get. I definitely need a cameraman. I need a cameraman because I want to stream instead of like vlogging and shit. I want to stream so that way like nothing is missed. Like when you vlog, like sometimes you like miss out on like key important stuff. But like if you streaming, everything is there. Like you can't miss a single thing on stream. So like if I get a decent cameraman, come on, gang. Like we lit, bro. We lit. But yeah, that was story time for Miami. I'll definitely be posting a vlog. I might be editing it. It's 8:26, so